Anatomy of a vocal mix, a scientific breakdown. Vocals are one of the hardest things to mix inside of a full mix. The reason is because all vocals are different, all performances are different, all mics are different, and all productions that the vocal is mixing with are different. Because of these factors, vocals need extra care when processing your vocal chain. Every vocal consists of lows, low mids, high mids, and highs. The balance of these ranges are often very unbalanced at the source. I generally find there's almost always an excessive amount of low mids. Another common problem with the recorded source is great sounding highs. Some mics struggle to have a nice and crispy high end. You will hear if the mic sounds good by boosting a high shelf with a nice analog emulated EQ. Another factor is vocal tone. Some singers are still learning proper techniques, so this can make vocal mixing very interesting. If someone sounds very nasally and doesn't mix their chest voice with their head voice, the vocal will sound thin and adding low end can be difficult. In these extreme cases, I will usually add some tape saturation or distortion on the low end with drag and EQ, blending in some low end information. Dynamic EQ and multiband compression are your best options for mixing vocals. I have taken some of the worst vocal recordings and turned them into listenable mixes by getting really creative with a dynamic EQ and multiband compression. Spatial imaging is something many overlook as well. A strictly mono vocal can be okay at times, but adding some subtle width can make a huge difference in many situations. So if your vocal sounds kind of dry or too mono sounding, using a stereo widener like the Joey Sturgis side widener can be a great choice. As of the last few years, I have really liked using saturation on vocals. A nice blend of saturation can warm up the vocals and make the vocal really dominate the mix in a great way. Some of my favorites include Rabbit Tape by Safari, Dragon EQ by Safari, Waves BB Tubes, and Owl Control by Safari. Safari plugins work in saturation with their plugins, which gives me a warmer and more colored sound. De-essing is also a huge part of vocal mixing. My favorite de-essers include the Waves DPR 402, Waves Sibilance, and Waves R-de-esser. Experiment with the frequency you are compressing. You may think it needs set at 8K, but really it needs to be at 4 or 5K. If you enjoyed this content and would like to support the channel, shop at Waves Audio and Safari plugins at the links below. Want more? Take your audio engineering skills to new heights with our online courses and virtual coaching.